Hi, I'm Miss Marcie, and you are listening to Conversations with Miss Marcie podcast. If you are looking for watered-down conversations, this might not be the podcast for you. I'm just saying. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Conversations with Miss Marcie. I am your host, Miss Marcie. And first of all, thank you to my listeners and my weekly listeners. If you are new to this podcast, if this is your first time tuning in, I thank you so much for tuning in. Like I always say, you could have listened to any podcast, but you chose to listen to mine. So I do appreciate that. And if you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Instagram at Conversations with Miss Marcie. Email conversationswithmissmarcie at Gmail. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, conversations. I'll be getting mixed up with my personal email. But conversationswithmissmarcie at gmail.com. All right, so when we were talking off, I'm joined by two of my favorite guests. Well, two special guests. I'm not gonna say favorite because I don't want no other guests.
We is your favorite. We is your favorite, girl. We is.
I don't want nobody else getting that. Yeah, I want them to be like, what?
That's what it is.
But I'm joined by a friend to the show, Aliyah.
Hi, what's up, everybody?
And y'all remember Mitigated Gal.
What it do? Thanks for having me back.
Oh, you're so welcome. All right, so we were talking off record or whatever. I want to say this real quick because we were just talking about the whole the COVID situation or whatever. Mm-hmm. One of my other good girlfriends just took a trip to Jamaica, and it was like 40 people that went. Mm-hmm. But honey, she said Jamaica ain't fucking around with COVID. I mean, they had to get tested before they all went. Okay. All 40 people. Oh. They all got tested. Mm-hmm. They couldn't go unless they got the results back or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, of course, the results were negative. And then she said when they got there, they did another health screening there. Yeah. So I'm like,
before
really
you
good.
were able to come into the leave out the airport or whatever.
Well, yeah, I guess before they even went, and then when they got there, when they got to Jamaica, when they touched ground, they did another. Like a health screening. Okay. And then she said, like, they're making them wash their hands and stuff. And even though they're doing activities outside, they're still wearing masks and stuff. Mm-hmm. And, like, when they had a buffet or whatever. And she said that it was not, like, self-serve. Oh, okay. It was, like, they served them and and you had to have your mask on before you got served your food. Oh. Now, I like that. I said, now, I appreciate that. And she said being over there, she said it made her realize how reckless that over here in the U.S. is. You know what I mean? Because, like these bars and stuff.
They're just doing whatever. And so I was funny because I was just like Googling a vacation to Dominican Republic because there's this really nice resort out there I want to go to. But, when I was just Googling it and looking at stuff, the signs popped up and it says, there may be restrictions due to coronavirus. A lot of their hotels are actually closed.
Really?
Out there. Mm-hmm. And it was like they might reopen due to their own, whatever regulations they have. But there was just a lot of the hotels, from what I was Googling, were actually closed down. So, my God. It's just, people I don't know if it's like people need to realize this is all over the world. Yeah. But I think everybody knows that it's all over the world, but it's just like,
Yep, she said that, Jamaica not really dealing with the issue like we are, and I can see why, because they're more precautions. Mm-hmm. I think, like I was telling her, I said, I think these bars and stuff need to be shut down a little bit, or they need to be charged a healthy ass, pretty ass, red fucking penny. They need to be charged some hefty-ass fines because they're not in compliance.
They're giving them fines, but most likely, I don't think them fines going to go away. They're fining them, but they're not going to enforce that stuff. It's stuff, all the fines that they gave everybody in Florida, them people ain't paying none of that stuff. They was fining people, but now, the governor didn't pass a law saying that that you can't fine anybody for, like, wearing a mask or something like that.
Well,
out there now. So if you say that now, if you, they're not going to enforce. I don't think they're going to enforce those fines. We'll see. I don't live in Florida, so I don't know. But it just seems like if you was giving people fines, and then like a few months later you say, okay, you don't have to wear your mask, and nobody can fine you for it. Like, who's going to pay that fine? I know if I had got the fine, I'm not paying shit. If now don't nobody have to Anybody can just walk around without a mask. I'm not paying nothing.
Yeah, I think they need to find people I think establishments need to, like, if you don't wear a mask, you can't come in. If you know what I'm saying, they just need to tighten up on stuff, because all this recklessness, I don't respect the recklessness of it. I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, still, you have to be responsible about this shit, even if you don't believe in it or not.
Yeah, and then all the states are handling it differently, so
yeah,
you can't have any kind of consistent reduction in a pandemic when it's being handled differently in all parts of the country, and people are still traveling back and forth within those states. So, like, Florida is completely open. You can do whatever you want. The governor said, pack them in, pack the bars, pack the restaurants. You don't have to really. And now, there are still some, my sister lives in Florida and stuff. She told me that the mask mandate is still in effect, but technically, the governor has said that you don't have to use it. But what's happening, I think, is that the other, what do you call them? The mayors and stuff of the cities and stuff are still trying to enforce certain types of rules about, like, masks and all that kind of stuff. But the actual governor over all of them told them, pack everything. Florida is completely open.
Wow.
So, so the restrictions are coming in from the mayors and stuff. But, where they still have some restrictions, but for the most part, they just, like, go for it. We're just going to try to get immunity from this.
Speaking of masks and stuff, your mask is cute.
Thank you.
I like
got it
that.
from the hair store. It's cheap as hell. I hope it's even doing anything.
The hair store be having
$1.
Some cute masks, because I got a lot of my masks that I get a lot of compliments on.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys for wearing your masks.
I hope that it works. I don't care about if it's cute. I just want something that's gonna keep me from getting sick.
Yeah.
I do care if it's cute. Actually, no, I'm not saying that. I do want it to be cute. But I also don't want to get a virus.
Right. I saw this girl. She had a cute one. She had, like, little pearls dangling from it.
There's mask fashion out here.
Yes, ma'am. honey. So, all right, y'all. We're going to get into today's topic, y'all. So, what we want to talk about today is, the question is, do men think that older women are difficult to deal with? Okay. And also, I took this question to a group on Facebook, and I got a lot of responses and stuff. So I'll go ahead and share some of those responses. Mm-hmm. But I want to see what you guys think. Me personally, I think that as women get older, they do become a little more aware of a lot of things, and I think they're and when we say older, we're talking late 30s on up. So I think at that age group or whatever, like late 30s going into 40s and on up, I think women become more aware of certain things about what they do and don't want in their life. Mm-hmm. And I think they become a little more stern about things. It's when you're younger, you kind of go with the flow, mm-hmm. And it's just like, you're more risky,
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. But if somebody want to call that difficult, I think that's just a matter of perception.
Can I even be in this conversation?
Sure.
Of course. We need you. Oh, okay.
I was just starting it off. I was just starting my.
I'm just messing with you.
But yeah, no, I just think that. So if a man considers that difficult, I think that depends on his perception of why he thinks that's difficult. You see, if he's a man that wants a woman that's just gonna do whatever, blah blah blah, then it's like, okay, yeah, you're difficult if you have all these demands and these standards or whatever. The reason why this question came up in the first place is because I've heard some men say in general that they prefer to date younger women because they're less difficult, they're easier to deal with. And some people find that as translation for, they're easy. Younger women are easy to manipulate. They're easy to kind of run game on.
That's exactly what I was just thinking.
So, yeah.
I mean, I'm not a man, so I can only speak from my point of view. I like dating younger men. So I don't know how men feel about older women. Yeah. I like dating younger men, so I don't know. I think men and women both, when you become into your, your 30s, your late 30s, mid 30s, I think both sexes start being a little bit more particular about what they want. We all been through some stuff. By that age, you usually had at least 1 or 2 serious relationships by that age, and it's like you start organizing in your mind, exactly who you are and exactly what you want. So I think it happens both ways. So if a man says a woman, I don't know, cause I guess let me see, I don't know. If a man says a woman it's harder to deal with at that age. I'm just.
Because they say, I've heard some men say, like, men talk, I just listen to them and stuff. And I've heard them say that women become less sexual as they get older. They don't want to try new things as they get older. They tell you what they ain't doing, what they won't do. Whereas younger women are like, shit, they just be like, about it, like, shit. Okay, you want to try this? You want to try that? Okay, we can do this, we can do that. Just a little more easygoing.
Probably so.
That's what I've heard. But like you said, I'm not a man. So
and also, like, a lot of women, let's talk about the biological thing, too. Like, a lot of women in their 30s, late 30s have had children. Like, your body completely changes. Your hormones completely change after that kind of thing. So, it's like, you're not feeling the same way that you did when you were in your 20s. So, I can see how that could have an effect on it. And so, maybe a dude will want somebody that is just, like, straight out the womb or whatever.
Like, it's like
she just straight out the womb. She got breast milk still on her damn tongue, and so he like, we good to go. Yeah,
it's like I can see why. I'm gonna be honest. I can see why a man would think a younger woman is more. I guess it just depends on what he defines as difficult. But I could see, I do, in my personal opinion, I do see younger women as being a little more easygoing. I mean, even I'm a female, I don't date women or nothing like that, but I could just tell, just even by working with them and just coming in contact with younger women, they are a little more easygoing. They are. I'm not saying that to shade older women. But younger women, they are a little more easygoing. I was too. I was, yeah.
Not that I'm not. I don't feel like I'm like particularly hard to deal with right now. But when I was younger, I probably was a lot more easygoing because I just didn't know shit.
Right. So there's a level of naiveness there.
Everything was new to me. I'm just like, okay, you wouldn't do that. Okay. And like, I didn't know.
Now look, I think there might be some truth to that. Like, there might be some validity to that narrative that younger women are a little more naive or whatever. Because I remember years ago, let's say about 2012, there was this young man that I used to talk to and everything. And, we never got together, but we kind of used to like each other. Mm-hmm. And he once told me, now we were around the same age. And so, like, at that time, we were in our 30s. Mm-hmm. So he told me that he preferred to date a younger woman. He said, he was like, me and you, we cool and everything. He was like, but, I know you're a certain age. And look, so for real, like, I know you're looking like, what the fuck? But no, he was like, he was like, I prefer younger women because there's a sense of naiveness there. He said, look, I'll be on some bullshit. And I'm just going to be honest. He was like, and I know I can't get that off with you because you're older, not meaning older because we were the same age, but he was like, because you're older and, you have a lot of more wisdom. He was like, but somebody younger, there's a sense of naiveness there that I still like to kind of play around with. Don't that sound fucked up?
That's real manipulative. But okay. I can feel why
I actually
agree.
Like his 100ness, and I mean, I ain't got no dog in that fight.
But yeah, so I feel like this. If an older man wants to date a younger woman because she just seems a little more of his of just more of a preference, I think if you're not trying to be manipulative in a negative way, or you're not trying to like if it's not anything bad, is there anything really wrong with somebody wanting to deal with someone who's less difficult? Is there something really wrong with that though?
No, it's not. So with me, I guess I'm the total opposite, because in my experience, and me personally, I've always liked older women. Mm-hmm. Because they were, deemed to be more seasoned. When I say seasoned, they kind of been through it. I always wanted somebody that's been there, done that. You done experienced all what you wanted to experience, and that way when you get with me, you know what it is that you want. You know. So in general, my past relationships, the woman has always been older than me. Like, I used to have it in my mind that I think it was just meant to be, like, an older woman with a younger man. I think that's a perfect fit. And then an older man with a younger woman, I think that's a perfect fit. Because how I come up, and then people I hang around with, my environment, my experience, young chicks, to me, they've been more difficult, to me personally. But if you look at, like, the makeup of them, young chicks like to kick it, get it in, spend money. Well,
yeah,
old heads like to kick it a little bit, but they'll spend a little money, but they want to get it in. Same as older woman, she is seasoned. She defined. She got her shit together. You know, she might set the Xbox out there. Little RJ can come over there with the Timbs, knock it off. And cause she probably done been married, been divorced. She ain't looking for nothing. Look, just break me off, bend this back up, you know, gone out there, cut the grass and shit like that, and you know, then you can be on your way. I'll call you when I need you.
So be more
That
sexual.
sounds so convenient. No.
Yeah.
And nice. I'll call you when I need you.
Yes, that me.
That just sounds real nice.
I've been wearing Tim's since I was 18.
I'm gonna find somebody with some Tim's.
That do sound convenient. But so people be trying to say too that the main reason why older women would get with a younger man is because for sexual pleasures. I don't really think it's that. I think because as I've gotten older, I used to look at it like, ugh. Like when I was in my 20s, I used to be like, why would a woman in her 40s be dating a dude younger than her in his like late 20s? Or, you know, she might be 40, he might be like 29, something like that. And I used to just look at that like, oh my gosh, what does she see in a younger man? Like, but as I'm older, I can kind of see why, because it's almost like for real. Sometimes older men be on bullshit. Like men in their 40s and up be on some bullshit.
Because they be stuck in their ways and stuff, just like we are.
Yeah,
we be stuck in our ways in the late 30s and 40s. And but men do too.
Could it be that me asking everybody, the women listeners, that a woman naturally is a nurturer, and you got an old head who you can't tell shit. So when it comes to the young cat, she can give him a little game, help guide him, and he'll be on his way. Not necessarily be his mama.
She had more influence over him.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe someone like that. I personally would date a younger guy. I don't be trying to influence him. I just be like, I like guys with energy.
Yeah.
And like sometimes, some of the older guys, like we don't be on the same energy level, which is weird. But so I just be like, I just naturally, even when I was in my 20s, like I usually naturally date somebody just a little bit younger than me, not a lot, but like a little bit younger than me, just because.
Energy for what?
Huh?
Run the streets?
Just energetic personality that likes to do things that isn't, still has like fresh thoughts in their mind. Stuff like that. Not that I'm trying to influence his thoughts, but like they see things from like a fresh perspective, and I think that is like, I think it's intriguing just to not to hear the same shit all the time. So they look at it different generations, and not that I'm dating people in a whole different generation, but still, people that's like 5 years, 6-7 years younger than you or whatever, they might have a different opinion about things than the crowd or whatever that you kind of grew up with. Yeah,
because I think each generation, the thought process is different. I think that the reason why I would date a younger man would be kind of like for the same reasons. It's the energy, it's the, I find at that age, I find that younger men, a lot of times they tend to be a little more ambitious. Well, then again, I can't say that because older men be more established. They be kind of established or whatever. But I think that younger men, some of them come with a level of maturity that, just like I see with younger women, when I meet younger women, you know, just maybe working with them or something, they be like in their 20s, like 23, 24, 25, and they be very mature. They're very mature. They be taking care of their business, but that's how I was at that age too, though. I was grown, living on my own,
taking going to work. The same that I am now.
Yeah, me too.
with less hurt in my heart.
we had less experience, yeah. But so like I'm saying, like for like a younger man, I don't really turn my nose down at it, because it's like there's benefits to dealing with somebody that's a little bit younger, you know. I don't know. I feel like they have I don't know. It's like the maturity level be kind of different, because sometimes men that's older, like in their 40s and 50s, sometimes they just do shit and you be like, damn, how old are you again? Shit.
I went through that with other women.
And two, I'm gonna tell you, I did a podcast a few weeks ago about regression, and I was talking about how sometimes when women, or when people in general, but women, when they get older, sometimes people regress. They start to kind of think backwards.
Yes.
And sometimes that's because as people get older, they start to have regret about things in their life that they didn't get to do when they were younger. So they start to go back trying to pick that up. You know what I mean? So it's like different reasons, but sometimes people do regress. And you see how a lot of times you watch stuff, you be like, damn, this woman in their 40s and 50s, like on these housewife shows, and I know those are shows, but still, like, even on social media, some of the oldest people, they go back and forth about the pettiest shit. Like, some people just act younger when they get older.
Yeah. I mean, so like...
I don't know if it's regression, but I feel like your core personality doesn't change that much. So, So even if you are like 50 or 60 years old, you know, and you was that party girl in your 20s, like party your stuff still is like, you still got that anyway in there. You still talking a little young. You still got that type of personality a little bit, because that was your core personality to begin with. So just because you got older, I feel like you don't always lose that.
See, I think you do. I think you do. I think when you've done so much in in stages of your life, I think you outgrow. I think you transform. Like song by DJ Quick. Shout out DJ Quick. He say, things I used to do, I don't do no more. Places I used to go, I don't go no more. You know what I'm saying? And like I think I paid clubs bills. You know, Majestics, Frogs, Tiffany's. Chances are I paid bills. I kept lights on in these bars at these clubs. And will I still step out? Yeah, but my desire is different. You know, I write screenplays. I read a lot. I wouldn't have did no podcast in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like, my money is different. Like I market my money. I invest now. I don't want to be taken off of my path. So my priorities changed, which also changed my interests, which also changed my friends, because I outgrew friends. And it also changed the type of woman that I would have normally dealt with back then. Yeah. So, I mean, but it could be different for everybody. Some people can stay core to what they've always been. But my interest has changed as time went on.
Yeah, I can see that. So I'm going to go to the comments really quick, y'all. I'll read some of these comments from the group. A lot of people had a lot to say. And, which I kind of figured that, because, you know, I think some women got offended, though.
A lot of women, I feel like, do get offended when, like, because, of course, I mean, is this going to sound wrong? But, of course, everybody wants to still feel valuable and desire at, like, any age or whatever. So, a lot of women, I think, do probably get upset when you're like, oh, I'm older now, so, like, I'm not shit anymore, type of thing.
No, for real, yeah.
But, I don't know. It's just kind of...
I feel like they get offended because, like you said, they feel like when a man say he prefers a younger woman, it's like, are you trying to say I'm less valuable, or I'm less this, or I'm like a younger woman better? It's like somebody saying they prefer light skin over dark skin. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you trying to say that complexion is better?
Hey, thanks so much for listening. That's it for now. To finish listening to the rest of this podcast, go on over to Anchor, Spotify, iHeart, Apple, and any other podcast platform.